everyone, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. I thought you would enjoy seeing a little tour of my sewing setup here when I'm on vacation. We're only here for a few weeks, just someplace warm just to get out of the Minnesota ice and snow. And I'm actually sewing in a laundry shed. So I turned it into my she shed. And it's, I'm hogging the whole shed. My husband has one shop vac in here, and that's it. The setup is great. It's small. It's only a 10 by 10, but I thought it also would be fun for you to see the items that I brought with me. And also just an easy way that I'm hauling things. I'm using easy totes, and you'll see as I go through my little setup. I hope you enjoy this. I also wanted to share just a little bit. I, of course, brought my Etsy store with me too. So some of that too will be in the tour. Thanks everybody who's joining me. Let's get started. I'm just walking into the door. And this is what it looks like. I'm just going to give you just a span here first of all, and then go by different areas. I have a wonderful window. And then this is where the washer and dryer sit. And what I was able to do is get a board that is 2 feet by 4 feet that lays across the top of the washer and dryer. And that is where I'm able to film. My tripod sits right there. And then also I'm able to do my ironing. And my outlet for my iron is it's just so handy. The outlets in this place are in the perfect spot. So that works really well. Up on top there's cupboards, and the first two are what the laundry supplies are kept in. And then the one above my tripod is where I keep my other technical stuff. So it works out really well. And again, that is the height of a washer and dryer. So it's standing height, which is where how I like to do my cutting and also my filming. Then next you'll see, and this is actually, this little tabletop was actually here. And it's perfect, again, really a great height for my sewing machine. And I only brought my Janome sewing machine with me. I did not bring my serger. This little 3-drawer thing I actually picked up here. It is perfect for just right by my sewing machine for the things I need. All my thread, and this is all the thread that I brought. I just limited myself to what I thought I needed. I have my pre-wound bobbins in there as well. The next one is all my sharp things are in that drawer. And then this is more of my things that I use for everyday sewing. Just one little tub of buttons is what I brought. My glues and my adhesives. My marking pens that I use all the time. And my extra needles and just things you need for sewing. My magnetic pin cushion is there. And then I have my Wonder Clips. Keep my journals up on top, my printing paper, and then over right behind is a great place to keep my jelly plate, excuse me, and then also some of my stencils. They just sit in here. And then on top here, again, is more cupboards. And this is where I keep, I'll show it to you here. This one is where my bead stuff is, my punch, extra zippers, different things I use for my journals, my corner round, things that I just use a lot. On the top shelf I have my snaps, my grommets, and then my box that my printer that I brought my printer in. So really have plenty of space still to add to if I needed to. And then in this last one, I have my paint things in here. So I have my fabric paint, I have my watercolor paint. I did bring my Inktense pencils. And then up on top is my trims. Now I use trims all the time. So I just brought the bare necessity that I thought I would use. I mean, I wanted everything to fit in one tub. And so when we pack up again, I just put the lid on that tub and away we can go. You know, it's just really simple. I did purchase 2 tables, and I could pick these up at Costco. I'm going to back up here. So I have one sitting here and then one sitting here. These are, I would definitely recommend these tables from Costco. If I don't think I'm going to be doing craft shows anymore, but if I were, this is the tables that I would get. They're so sturdy, and I love how you can, you know, elevate them. So this one is my standing table, and then I have one for sitting for more of my desk area. And I also, sometimes I cut on that, sometimes I press on that, depending. It's right next to my sewing machine, so it's very, very handy. I also love that it has a handle. So again, you know, just really, really ideal for traveling or for taking it with for craft shows. I will be bringing these back to Minnesota because I will be using them in my little summer shop that I have. I did bring my small printer, and I do, of course, run my labels and that type of a thing. Underneath this table, I have a little space heater because it does get chilly in the morning. Sometimes I will turn that on for an hour or so. And then this little box is the only papers I brought with me for my journals. And again, I limited myself to what, you know, I thought I would need. And again, an easy thing that I can just, you know, put back in the car when we travel. On top of that, I do have my, I limited again myself to one small little tub. I'll get down here. One small little tub of rubber stamps, basically my rubber stamps and also my acrylic stamps are all in here. And this little case is perfect for all my ink pads, acrylic blocks. So that's all that. So that's more my, again, my paper crafting type thing. While I'm down here, I'll also show you that under the tall table, I do have all my Etsy product is right there. I did take things out of my store that are deactivated items in my store that were really bulky that I just didn't want to bring. I left most of my clothing, my sweatshirts, and also I left behind my messenger bags and some of my bigger totes. So everything is right here. I have another tote that I brought with me that has my vintage linens, some of my textured, it's just basically some fabrics. And then up on the tall table, I have my Big Shot. This is great for standing. So I do like to stand when I use my Big Shot. Very minimal amount of dies that I brought, but just the ones that I use most and just ones that I thought I would be using. This is my deal with later tub, scraps that I throw in as I'm working. And then I'll take the whole tub with me to when I'm just watching TV at night and cut, you know, throw away things I don't need and cut strips that I into pieces that I do use. This is my little tub that I have current projects or things that I want to work on. And then this actually was here. It's just a cardboard divider thing. I think it's for shoes. I don't know what it's for, but it works great for my some of my books, my cardstock, and also all my things that I ship for my Etsy. And then on top of that is my scale and all that for shipping. So it works really well in this little spot, just to have everything in my printer right here, and I can take care of running my Etsy labels. This is if we happen to come back here again, this is the wall that I would love to put, let me see if I can zoom out here, that I would love to put a design wall on, just maybe something portable with a felt or something. And then there's also if I ever do garments here, there is a nice pole that I can hang. Then there happens to be this cupboard. Then this was here. It's perfect. It's huge. But here's where I keep all my fabrics, and I have it by colors. So I don't, of course, this, I mean, it's limited. I don't have everything here, but this, for instance, is all my reds, and pinks, my yellows and oranges. Here's blues, and then I just have some denim that I will use, some thrifted jeans, my bin of greens, and this is more of my neutrals. This one's in the wrong spot, but here's my neutrals. And that kind of completes my little tour. It's very bright in here. I do have this wonderful fluorescent light that runs the whole length. It's right over where I film, which has just been awesome. And it's also right over my sewing machine. So that whole area is have plenty of light, which is just really important to me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's given you some inspiration. Thank you everybody who's joined me. I hope to have a lot of more creative projects made in this little spot. Bye for now.